Anthony Davis has played in just 37 games this season. He averages 23 points per game when he's on the court. NBA insider Brian Windhorst reporting that an AD trade could happen this offseason, saying, quote, "I think it will be something that's discussed." Shannon, what do you think? Should the Lakers try to trade AD?
Skip, I don't really know how else they can get up out of this. I think you explore all options. The question you ask yourself, in the next 2 years, who's going to be our best player? And then you try to build around that guy. If you believe Anthony Davis is going to be your best player, LeBron. If you believe LeBron's going to be your best player, because Skip, you don't. If you got LeBron, you don't want draft picks. You want a player that can come play right now.
Yeah.
Because you got nothing until 2024, 5, 6, 7, something like that. So I think you explore it. I don't know what you get back in return. Because they don't have anything, Skip. I mean, you don't got anything to offer. How you going to barter with a man when you got nothing to offer? He has everything you want, but you got nothing to barter back with him. But the Dwight Howard's on an expiring contract. Bazemore, all these guys on one-year deal. The only guy that's on an extent, you got Russ for another year. I think you got Tucker for 2 more years. You got AD, you got LeBron. Everybody else, Skip, is up. So what you got? The draft pick, you got the draft pick in THT. That you might can get a mid-level player for that. And then what? You got a bunch of old guys that nobody wants. So, Skip, I think that's something that you look into. AJ just can't stay healthy, Skip. Outside of that first year, Skip, he just can't stay healthy. That's been his MO his whole career. Unfortunately, I don't think we're ever going to see what he can truly be, what he truly could have become. I see it in stretches, but it's a foot injury, it's a knee injury, it's a back, it's a shoulder, it's something. And so I think the Lakers will have to explore possibly moving Anthony Davis. I don't know if they will, but I think you got to explore it because I believe LeBron James for the next, at least bare minimum, year 20, will still be the Lakers' best player. And you surround your best player.
And I say there is no way you should even consider trading your best younger player, and that's Anthony Davis. I still like him a lot more than you do. You're down on him because you're so frustrated by his lack of availability, and when he does play, his lack of motor.
Yeah.
His lack of energy or whatever that intensity or whatever that dynamic is.
What if we swap him for Karl Anthony Towns?
Well, would they do it?
They might.
I don't think they would do it because they'd say we don't want the risk of that guy's injuries. I just say,
but then you want us to keep him though.
He is still your best way out of the wilderness that you find yourself in, and you are lost in the wilderness because you are stuck in your situation to the point of nearly being dead in your situation. Where there's no hope and no way out of this because LeBron's not going to get any younger.
No.
And again, on the defensive end, he's become it's not even a liability. He's a no-ability. He just doesn't try on defense. So you used to hang your hat. Just a year ago, you were ranked #1 in defensive efficiency. Now you've plummeted 20th. Well,
I'm surprised they're that high.
Okay, the best rim protector on your team is that guy AD.
Right.
By far.
But Skip, he can't protect the rim from the bench.
Nope, he can't. But when he's right, he is really right.
Okay, when is that?
And he was the biggest reason that you broke through in the bubble and won that championship.
I will concede that.
And just on that alone, that justified whatever you gave up for him, all the young players that you shipped off to New Orleans for him.
But what about last year and this year?
Well, it's just, again, he paid for himself one time over, and then that was it.
Oh, damn.
And his history, even when you acquired him, I said, you better be careful because you look at New Orleans, he's hurt, and he's hurt, and he's hurt, and he's not available, and it's lower motor, and some nights he does not show up. I don't know why, because he is seriously gifted. He is a top 5 player when right. Well, I haven't seen him right since the bubble.
Right,
okay?
I agree.
And maybe it's one of those classic cases of he finally won what he wanted. In his mind, he's still semi-retired. Right. And do I think he fights back? What's the injury he has now? A sprained foot? He's been gone forever with a sprained foot, and they said he tried to play on it, practice on it yesterday, and he woke up and felt that it was sore again. A sprained foot? Shannon Sharpe's going to play with a sprained foot.
Well, is it football?
Okay?
Football.
I know, but I'm just saying, what are we talking about here? And he has been unavailable.
Right.
Well, he's often unavailable for minor injuries that you say, really?
Skip, he's missed 83 games since he's arrived in L.A.
Okay, well, Minnesota's going to say no. Karl Anthony Towns finally found himself. He finally found his motor, right? He didn't have a motor, and all of a sudden he found he got the key. He can switch it on now.
He's been unbelievable.
He's been unbelievable. And I got to tell you, Minnesota's looking like a threat.
Well, you know what, Skip? You might just have to go to bed. You might have to just go to bed tonight, fall on your knees, and say, Lord, please let Karl Anthony, let AD stay healthy for 2 years.
Stay healthy. That's all you got.
That's
all you got.
And hopefully Malik Monk will come back on a nice deal.
No, I got
all the guys, Malik, LeBron, AD, please stay healthy.
And then you have to mix and match.
You got to mix and match.
Okay. Good luck.
You see,
the Lakers don't have many draft picks in the future. It certainly is a big decision, gentlemen. All right, excellent points. Still to come this morning, could Tiger Woods actually play at the Masters next month? Stick around. Got ugly. Russell Westbrook and the Lakers falling to the Mavs 128-110. The former MVP was then left to answer questions from the media. Without LeBron and AD, they didn't play. However, when talking about LA dropping to 11th place in the West, Russ took exception to a question about what the purple and gold needed to change to get back into the play-in picture. Let's take a listen.
What do you think should change?
Winning. Be jumping.
Okay, that's obvious. And what do you think should change?
Winning. Winning games, playing hard. You asked a question, I gave you an answer.
That's fine. You got the answer to winning?
Aye.
Do you have the answer to winning?
I'm not out there playing. Maybe I think you give me the answer what you think should be.
Exactly.
So
I don't have the answer. Exactly.
If you don't have it, you out there, I can't have it.
You ask me to have an answer, you don't have it either.
Well, but I don't play, Russell. I want to get the information from you so that I can
I'm
give it
only
to
one
you.
person, champ.
Right.
It's a team game.
Right.
So I don't have an answer.
Okay.
I may have it.
I don't have it.
It's all good.
But I'm asking the pros who know the game, play the game, what you think you can do to make it your part, their part, everybody's part. That's what I'm asking.
No, I really that. I respect that.
Okay.
You got that? Y'all got that?
No.
You got it?
No, respect. We good each other.
It's good.
We good.
Y'all got that? All right, cool. Y'all got it. Make sure I record that.
Getting hot in there, huh? Shannon, what's your reaction to all of this?
I'm not surprised by this, Skip. This is a young man that's very frustrated with how the season has gone, how he's played this season, and Russ felt he was getting singled out. For the simple fact, AD is not there, LeBron is not there, the questioning is going to go towards him. Okay, how do you turn this around? What he should have said is that, look, we need to start playing better defense. Again, we gave up 82 points in a half. We gave up 43 points in the first quarter. Let's start with that end. That's all you have to do. Skip, what do you think we should do? That guy's a reporter. He's asking you. You're out there. You're playing the game. Skip, I get it. And I was not the athlete. I was not the professional that Russ was. But let me tell you this. Skip, they asked me a question.
Wait a second. Yeah, you were.
Skip,
yes, you were.
I'm going to let him have his moment.
No, yes, you were. Go ahead.
But Skip, they asked me, well, Shannon, what you saw, okay. Well, first of all, we turned the ball over too much. How many times you think we're going to win a game we have 4 turnovers? How many times you think we're going to win the game where we give up a guy that rushed for 200 yards and a quarterback throws for 300 yards? We can't win like that. We need to play better. I could have got frustrated. Hell, you watch the game, you tell me what we should do. That's not the reporter's job is to tell you. His job is to ask you. So hopefully you give him information. He can write that down. That way he can disseminate it to his readers. Russell gets very defensive if he thinks you're singling him out. I think he thought that guy was singling him out by asking him, what can they do? What did the first thing he say? I'm one guy. It's a team sport. You see? He felt the guy was just talking about him. Russ, what do you need to do? And he got all defensive. Russ is a very defensive guy.
Is he?
If he thinks you're trying to slight him. Mm-hmm. I don't believe that gentleman was trying to slight Russ. He was just trying to extract information. Russ, what do you guys need? You. I mean, when he says you, he means the team. Win? Well, that's obvious. Okay. Skip, I get it. This has not been the dream that Russ thought it was going to be. I'm coming home. I get an opportunity to play in front of family and friends 41 nights a year. I get to sleep in my own bed a lot of times. Skip, and I get that. He's from LA.
He grew up being the biggest Laker fan.
Loving the Lakers.
Yeah.
Missing school because of Shaq and Kobe going to the parades. So I get it. And so it hasn't been great for him. It hasn't been great for the Lakers. But Skip, you can't react like this. Russ, you've been at this too long. You're too good of a player. People are not. I don't think reporters are attacking you. Stay off social media. But I just don't get. I would have thought, as long as he's been around the game, he would have handled the situation better than what he handled it last night.
By the way, said reporter was Brad Turner of the Los Angeles Times, who does a very good job of covering the Lakers and wrote a very balanced